Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel ManojWeb, where my goal is to make your front-end life easier. In today's video we're going to be continuing Socializer, and this time around we're going to be changing up the CSS to have it work with a larger website or larger window because I wanted to work on the full screen on my MacBook. And then we'll be adding some cool effects on the Navbar, so it has cool hover effect, focus and active effect. So instead of looking like this when you hover on it, it'll look like this. And then we'll be creating a template for a video which we'll use next time around with the JavaScript to have create videos using JavaScript without having to write all that HTML. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is make the CSS work better with this whole screen, because before when we were working on it, we were only working with half the screen, as we can see, around this much size. This time we're going to have it work with the whole screen, so in the long term we can work with it better, and later on we'll have it work with all the screen sizes, but for now I'll have it work with the whole screen. So the first thing we want to do, I can see that the header is not reaching all the way down, so it goes from here to here, but it doesn't reach all the way down. And then there's a margin issue on the body itself, so I'll fix that as well. So header, I'll have it give it a height of 100 vertical height, and for the body I'll give it a margin of 0 and a padding of 0. So that fixed that problem. It's already looking a lot better. Second problem, I can see the profile icon is a bit too big, so let's fix that problem. In the profile section, I have an aspect ratio of 1. So it's width, I can set a specific width on it. So let's say 20 pixels. I don't know. Okay, 20 pixels is way too small. How about 30 pixels? I'd say 40 pixels would be better. Let's try 40 pixels. Yeah, 40 pixels is pretty good. We can also increase the size of this to 40 pixels to match it. Yeah. And we can see the placeholder text is not showing up correctly. And I figured out the solution to that. What you can do is select the placeholder itself, the inputs placeholder. So I'll select that, top section dot search bar. I don't have to write all this, but I don't know why, but placeholder. I'll set the color equals white. So if I save that, yep, it's white. And I also see I should probably add a bit of padding on the input itself. So I'll add padding from the top, maybe 1 to 2 pixels, and left right maybe 4 pixels or 5 pixels. Okay, maybe a bit more, so 10 pixels maybe. 10 pixels might be a bit too much. Let's see. Oh, I gotta change the color for that as well. Color white. And this one I'll give it a RGBA 255, so it's a bit, there's a lower opacity on it, so the placeholder doesn't just cover up everything. Maybe 0.3. How about 0.45? Yeah, 4.5 is much better. There's the search bar, right? And one other thing, forgot what it was. No, I think that's it actually. I think I can make the search bar a bit longer over here, so I can increase this to 8.5, I guess. Maybe a bit longer. I'll say 9. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. So that should be it for the reordering. I don't think there's anything else we have to change. I think the CSS works well with the whole thing now, and we can work on the navbar now. So, or basically the header, the whole header, because I need to add a link to this thing as well. Oh wait, that reminds me. For the input, when I type something, let's say I want to highlight it, should I keep that blue or should I change the color? Write in the comments below if I should change the color for that, because I didn't really think about that. So for now I'll keep it blue, and I'll see what you guys have to suggest. But let's work on the header now. So in the index.html, I'll put these two elements under anchor element, which will lead to the index.html. That's gonna cause quite a few problems from what I can assume. Let me fix this. Yeah, that just completely ruined it, but let's see what we can fix here. So header.logo, so the display flex doesn't work as well. So what I can do is header.logo and then a tag which has this element within it. So the a tag which has an image within it, we'll give it a text decoration of none, so it removes the underline. No, also I should move this within this color white. I'll move this within the every element so it affects all the elements first of all. So yeah, so this is also white now, and the underline is also gone, it seems. Okay, so that took effect. I just forgot to save it before, I guess. And I want to give it a display of flex, justify content, center, align items, center, all that. Once I do that, everything's back to normal. So when I click that, it should refresh the page, and I can see it does do that. Now next thing is this navbar right here. When I hover over it, I want the whole background to like turn a bit lighter, and I want it to have a border left which shows up as well because it'll look pretty cool. I'll have to decide on the color when I do it, but let's try doing that. So right now when I hover on it, nothing happens because it's still a list item. I haven't turned these into anchor tags yet, so let's do an anchor tag /index.html, Control X, Control V, and let's do it for every single one of them. Alright, so that converted all of them to links, and it still looks pretty decent, but the effect isn't there, and they have underlines which I don't like. So what I will do over here first of all is in the nav ul, instead of targeting the li, I will target the a tag. And what I will do to the a tag, first let's look at the borders, see how much it's affecting. Okay, so that's not a good thing, because what I wanted to do is take up the whole area. I don't want this in between space, because what we wanted to do is when we do header nav ula dot is, so when it has any of these effects, when it is hovered on, or when it is active, or when it is in focus, we wanted to do this. We want to give make the background color a slightly lighter color. What was the color of this header? Header color is 121212. So I'll copy and paste that and then use this built-in editor. Make it something like this. So yeah, that's a problem. Let's fix that problem first. Let's see. That problem is gonna be with the header nav, I'm assuming. No, it's gonna be the UL. Let's see. So instead of using flex, maybe I can use grid instead. With the grid, I can make like 3 different rows. Each would be, no, 4 different rows. Each would be 1 FR. Yeah, I think that could work. Display, grid, grid template rows, repeat. Just allows me to make 1 FR 4 times. And I believe this, why, oh, because I never even removed that. Okay. Let me do text decoration equals none. And let's do this. Yeah, so now it covers the whole area, but I need to center the text as well. So what I'll do is make this display flex direction, well, that doesn't really matter. I'll do justify content, center, and align items center. That should logically, yep. And when I hover over it, it takes the whole area. That's great. So now that's starting to look a lot better already. I'll add on a transition on the background color of a linear transition. How about 500 milliseconds? Let's try that. Okay, that's way too slow. Let's make that 300 milliseconds. I'll make it 250. Compromise. 250. Yeah, I'd say 250 is pretty good. Now another thing I want is to give it a border left of 1 pixel solid. Let's say white. Let's try white. Okay, white looks pretty decent. Let's try some other colors like red. Okay, red also looks pretty decent. Let's try yellow. Okay, yellow also looks pretty decent. I'll try one more color and I'll have you guys choose what the color should be. So blue, no, I don't think blue really looks that good, but I'll let you guys choose. Tell me what color I should use for the border left. And yeah, just comment that down. So instead of just having it just show up like that, how about I have it drop down from the top to the bottom? So let me get rid of the border left and give it a before. I made a video on how to do this. Nav ULA, and I'll make it a before. The before will be content. It won't have any content. It will have a position of absolute, and for that to work I will need to give this a position of relative, right? And we'll give it an inset of 0. So if I give this a background color, you can see what happens already. Let's say red, so it's easy to see. You can see it covers all the whole area. What I can do is yeah, so from the right, no, not from the right, I wanted to give it a width of 1 pixel because that's how big our border has to be. So that should already be on those sides. Yep. And I will give it a bottom of 100%, so it's 100% away from the bottom. So if I do that and give it a transition on the inset, on the bottom or the inset itself, which is all top, right, bottom, left, I'll give it linear 500 milliseconds. Let's say that might be too long, but let's try. Header nav ula is, if it's hovered, if it's active, or if it's in focus, and I want to target the before. What I will do is set the bottom to 0. So supposedly, yeah, 500 is a bit too slow. I'll make that 200. Yeah, I'd say 200 is pretty good. Tell me what you guys think. And instead of red, I'll just keep it. Personally, I felt yellow was the best, so I'll keep it yellow. And you guys can tell me what color I should make it in the comments, right? So I'd say the navigation bar is done. And when you click on them, they work as well. Alright, and now all that's left is creating a template for a video. So instead of having this one video, I'll put in a video over here and create the like, comment, and share section. And use that next time to create a template in JavaScript and have a function that automatically creates a video for us using JSON. So that way we can just create videos by putting them in the JSON format and use this template to create the videos, which you'll see next week or next video. So let's create the video template. In the index.html, instead of having this video, also I'll get rid of this feed. I don't know why I put it here, because the feed should be in the video section. I'll have a div which will be the video holder, and div.video data, which will contain the video and the caption. Or I guess it should only contain the video. Video.video. I'll have a video which will have a source of / I have already a testing video here, and I'll have a div with a class of video stats, which will contain a paragraph that says likes, a paragraph that says shares. I'll probably add icons onto this later. For now, I'll just keep it like this. And comments, which I'll make this a link later on, so it can, like, you can access all the comments. And I'll have a div.comments, which can keep a hold of all the comments. And also I need a description. Yes, let's give it a ID of, not ID, class equals description amazing video. Make sure to subscribe. A normal description, definitely. And I think that should be good for the video stats. Let's see what that looks like. You can see the video is too large and they're all down below. I want them to be on the side on the large screen, as you can see in the Figma design. So let's go on the styles.css all the way at the bottom. Let's do the top section. Not our top section, because I want to access the activity section. Dot videos. Dot video holder. And dot video, so the video itself is in there. I will do a width of 1080 pixels and then give it aspect ratio of 9:16, because that's the aspect ratios of TikTok videos. Oh dang, that's really big. Don't want that. Let's make that 360 pixels, because I heard that works as well. Yeah, 360 pixels seems pretty nice. I'll give this a let's give this a border radius of 10 pixels. How about that? 10 pixels, pretty nice. Okay, so this is starting to look really bad, but we can fix that later. Because what I will do is make the activity section a scrollable field. So whenever you scroll, it'll automatically go to the next video, like TikTok. So the whole body won't scroll at all. So we'll fix that next another time. For now, I'll just have the video working. And I'll do text align center to center the video. Oh, that doesn't work, because I gotta do it in the video holder itself. Dot video holder text align center. I wonder if that aligned that. Instead of text align center, let me give it a display of flex. Do justify content center, and I'll give them a gap of like 20 pixels. How about that? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty nice. So this is how I want it to be. This is what the template will kind of be. I will change the styling a bit some other time to make it look better, but for now this will be the default template. And I think we are done for today. This is our code so far. We didn't work with any JavaScript yet, but we will continue to work with JavaScript later on. And we've got it working with the big browser. As you can see, we have a video. Oh, for the video, I just realized I forgot to put on controls. So controls, and I'll loop the video when it's run and autoplay the video. Well, actually, I'll loop it. I'll autoplay it using JavaScript, because otherwise whenever I have another video, it'll autoplay all the videos together, and I don't want that. So when you run it, it just runs. This video doesn't have any audio, so that's why you can't hear anything. But I'd say that's pretty good. I think we are done for today. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. Put them in the comments. And see you next time.